Twitter freaks crash out over anime's fan service and admit they're criminals. Now, I'm curious about this last part. Admit they're criminals. The fuck? Have you seen anything about this, Cindy?
I have not, but I am curious about it. So let's go.
Bingo, bango, bongo. Let's go.
Millions of people are losing their freaking minds over this anime clip that's going viral right now in the anime community. And if you take one hard look at the post engagements, you'll see some of the most mentally deranged statements in a very long time about an anime clip. Like Bod.
Yeah, some of the most mentally deranged statements in the anime scene or the anime tourist scene since yesterday. Like,
too had this to say about watching a fairy tale clip, a fan service fairy tale clip of Lucy. They said they basically would rather watch animal abuse and get caught watching animal abuse than watch a fan service clip from an animal.
All right, I'm gonna read the actual thing because Chibi's a pussy. I'd rather get caught watching bestiality than this shit.
I should have full screened you. I lost my opportunity. But like,
Didn't even think about it.
But like, you know, if that is the case, then why don't you just stop watching anime?
See, and that's the thing, but they can't change the culture from the inside if they stop watching it. Thallow Greenskin says Mr. Hands came back from the dead. What a reference.
Anime. So they would actually like to see real animals getting harmed over something that is fictional content. And what's interesting about this statement, by the way, is that it has 10K likes. 10K people liked this post, by the way, but it doesn't.
Now, to be fair, 10,000 people liked it, but almost 500,000 impressions. So, like, if we're looking at the ratio scale, that's good, right?
Is it? I mean, like, okay, does that show for that person's stuff, or is that just people coming across?
So
I don't know how this works.
This particular post has gotten almost 500,000 impressions, 478,000 impressions. So of those 478,000 people that at some point scrolled and hit this on their timeline, only 10,000 liked it. Only 10,000.
That's insane.
Yeah, I smell a lot of clanker oil. Yeah, to be fair, there's absolutely some bot activity going on.
Just stop here. This isn't the only mentally deranged statement in the quote retweets of this post. If you scroll down, eventually you get to a post from Matt here, which is this right here, where it says the same men who consume this will call you disgusting and a fetishist for shipping to men.
It's an image of, it's a gif of Lucy dancing, which, okay, all right. First of all, let's make things unequivocally clear. Fairy Tail fucking sucks, all right? Fairy Tail is like bottom tier shovelware shonen. All right. Fairy Tail's garbage. That being said, seeing a hot woman dancing exponentially more fucking normal than two dudes butt fucking.
Yeah. Really, they don't need to tell us they're gay. Jesus.
Right. If you're watching Fairy Tail, I already assume you're gay.
It has 94,000 likes, 1.3 million views. It's very obvious just how much conversation is around this nothing burger of a clip. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I have seen this anime clip of Lucy and all that dancing and stuff thousands of times. It is definitely a clip that is used for...
Yeah, all right. I hope he plays this clip. If not, we'll go through and we'll find the clip. It should be very easy to find. Actually, you know what? We'll do it right now. Let's just go to X and we'll do it right now. Searching on X with a shared screen is dangerous, so we're just gonna leave this one up real quick. So, all right, it is Annie Silo, and it's from a couple days ago. All right, so at Annie Silo, found the account right here. 27.7 K followers. Hey, followed by boy Alaskan Nut, who follows me. Right here. All right, so it's the pinned fucking. This is the pinned comment. So. You know what? I'm not going to full screen it, though. That could end up getting me hit. We'll see, copyright-wise. But we'll just play this. We're going to play it without the audio.
Oh, my God. I love her outfit.
I'm truly at a loss. But I've gone to Ren fairs and seen belly dancers do this exact same thing in real fucking life.
Oh, no. my gosh!
Look, the fan service is one of the only good things about this dog-ass anime.
Oh, she looks so cute. I need to make friends with like a VTuber artist.
yes, you do. That way you can stop paying for stuff.
Yeah. Just be like, look, you can dress me up in some of the cutest outfits. Go for it.
Hold on. So let's talk about this for a moment, right? Because Cindy, you and I, we've both been watching anime since the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking tame compared to some of the fan service that we got back then. Like,
Yeah.
This is nothing. In fact, give me a moment here. Let me see if I can find it. I used to have this thing tabbed. I used to have this thing bookmarked. Let me see if I can find it. It might take me a moment.
So there's like this old 80s or 90s cartoon that was a movie. It was called Rock and Roll. Okay. It had an outfit that looked just like that. And in the opening act, like the very first couple of minutes, you have two people fucking in a car.
That absolutely sounds like my kind of anime. Like, for
no,
sure.
It's not an anime. It's an American movie. And I mean, we used to have quality stuff. So I don't understand why people are bitching. Why are we suddenly so fucking Puritan?
Well, let me see if I can find this clip from Gotcha Man on X that I used to have. Man, I shouldn't have removed this from my bookmarks. All right, let's see. Gotcha Man, media, and let me just scroll through here. I'm going to be very careful. So, yeah, this is from Gotcha Man, 94. Because I don't think there's any actual nudity in this. This is an anime I haven't seen. It's on my list. But, yeah, we're just going to keep scrolling through. Because there's this super sexy, full, like stripping scene. Now, she doesn't actually get naked. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Damn titties.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for being censored. Again, I'm being real bold by scrolling through X Live. But we in it for the risk, baby. You risk it for the biscuit. See, it even gives you some mail. It's for the ladies. Look at this. It's for the ladies right here. Got the cum gutters. That's what I've heard they're called. Here we go. There's a clip version of this.
I really need to make friends with an artist.
Fuck, why can I not? It's bothering me that I can't find it. Either way, you guys get the point, right? That was fan service. That was 1994. So explain to me why people are flipping their lid over this.
I mean, it's such a small complaint. Oh my God, she looks amazing.
Right, but think of that first dude.
That's for Kada.
Watching bestiality porn like fucking Shank Uger or Vosh than something like this.
Oh my goodness. These people really do need to get institutionalized. If they would rather do something awful to a living creature than be subjected to animation in any capacity. Like, that just tells you that anime is not for you. Go away. I say put more fan service in things to weed out these stupid individuals.
Frankly, I actually think we've been lacking in the fan service department in anime in the modern era. Like, it's not like it is fully gone or anything. We obviously still have, some great series with great fan service, things like that. But again, compared to what we used to get in the 90s when we was eating good, nowadays it is lacking by comparison.
Yeah, no, it really is. And I feel like it's honestly kind of hurting anime, in my opinion. Because that's the kind of stuff that when you see it, you do get a little rush of the dopamine.
Yeah, well, it was also just, it was like part of the fucking culture.
Yeah. You can't tell me the Japanese are prudes. Like,
dude, their whole thing is tentacles. They ain't no goddamn prudes. They will do shit to an octopus that makes me wince. Anyway, so let's get back to this.
clickbait, viral conversation, everything like that. And to be fair, it is a very well done and animated sequence. Pushing aside the fan service and all of that and, what it obviously is trying to do, it doesn't disregard the fact that it is very well animated. And at the end of the day, it is a shonen series that is fan service heavy. Fairy Tail has always been a fan service heavy series. If you have read the manga, if you have watched the anime, you're aware of it. You know this. That's just what it's about. And anyone trying to deny that is just insane. But obviously, I don't think it's Fairy Tail fans that are necessarily complaining about this. These are individuals that legitimately hate anything that is a fan service nature, where they'll openly admit to crimes. They'll openly admit that they're fine with watching animal abuse than actually watching a fan service clip. And once again, if people don't want to watch like Fairy Tail,
they're what?
So they're furries. Usually, Usually zoophiles are into that.
No, to be fair, I mean, if they're zoophiles or whatnot, then of course they're not going to get off to a human-looking woman dancing like this. You would need to put it in some sort of fursuit and then give it a bikini.
They don't care for fan service. That's completely fine. You're entitled to that opinion. But when you're actively going out of your way, wanting to basically have something happen to a real entity, like a real animal, or you're actually using this as a way to kind of shit all over men and make men look bad, it's crazy. Like, this is what I've been talking about for a while now, like within the anime and manga communities, that it has been infiltrated by bad actors, individuals that really want to just rip apart anime and manga culture, change it from what it actually is, and also just censor content, want to use it as a vessel or a tool for political agenda, or spread a narrative that's hateful towards either men or women or different people like that.
That is an excellent question. Now, I'm not super familiar with the shoujo fan base. Cindy, do you have an answer for that question from Person 11?
I mean, it gets pretty raunchy. Like,
right, but do these people complain about it?
No,
I know that men
never.
get like sexualized and it gets raunchy in shoujo media, but do people complain about it like they do women?
They do not. That's the wild thing.
I don't think it's wild at all. Rules for thee, but not for me. It's kind of just the rules of the internet at this point.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is actually insane just how much anime is being used nowadays by very bad actors. The same bad actors that used gaming and different forms of media for years now that has been called out as of late. And now they're kind of trying to do the same thing to the anime and manga community. It's just crazy. The absolute the actual vicious reaction that this is garnering. There is millions of people right now talking about the situation, and it is so fucking unhinged. Dude, I'm not.
So, go back to this comment from Nacho right here. They just want gay everything. It's funny you say that, because I was about to make the joke. They're like, yeah, if this was the SNL Chippendales sketch, they wouldn't have a problem. Then I remembered that is my favorite SNL sketch of all time. So I probably was like, oh man, that's going to make me sound really fucking gay.
Yes. Well, it also makes me think of how they were bitching about women being gawked at in gyms, but then you got that video of this one woman gawking at men, and then biting her lip, and then she sees the camera and she's like, oh shit.
I don't think I've seen that, but that's amazing. Now, I've seen plenty of videos where like the men aren't gawking at the women and the women pretend they are anyway, so they can get some sort of outrage clicks on social media and whatnot, even though everyone clearly be like, yo, he just walked over to like put his weights up. He wasn't looking at you in the slightest, despite the fact that you are dressed like an absolute hood skank. So
here, I sent it to you in the private chat. It's so fucking good.
All right, hold on. Let's check this out.
I hope that's the right. Okay, yeah, it is the right one. Look at that lip bite.
Oh, and then she sees the camera and she's like,
that is exactly what women are like when it comes to, or not even just women, but people in anime.
You mean like the tourists in anime?
Yeah,
right?
the tourists in anime.
Okay, yeah. Then I would agree.
Sorry about that.
No, I just wanted to make sure I understood.
I miss when the anime and manga community was more niche, to where like you could post a clip like this and people would say you're a gooner or whatever. Well, they wouldn't use the word, so they'll just call you like a maybe a pervert or something. That's what they would say. They wouldn't.
Yeah, and I want to address one of the earliest questions we got in the chat from Asphodel Merchants. Said, how do I know if I'm a tourist in anime? This is how you know. It's one thing to not like anime or fan service. That's totally fine. If you don't like that sort of thing, that's a-okay. Guess what? There's a gajillion anime out there that don't have it. You know you're a tourist if you want to force all anime not to have it, if you want to try and force a cultural shift on a culture that is not your fucking own, for artists that you have no fucking right to tell them how to do and what to do with their art. If you want to force that change and make it uniform for everybody to fit your sensibilities, that's how you know you're a fucking tourist. Real life fake monkey for a 2-banger. It really did Leona, but it's it really did Leona, but it's expected from you. You know what?
I'd fuck one of the robot dogs.
Wow,
Dude, that
apropos.
original comment.
Apropos.
Call you a gooner, but people would just laugh it off to be like, that's funny, or oh, that's great and all that, and that's it. And if someone didn't care for it, they would just walk away. That's literally all it really came down to. I miss the conversations around anime and manga 7 years ago, where you didn't have stuff like this, to where there was millions of people legit.
No, he is very wrong. 7 years ago, I feel like me and Paul, my boy, future over you, IRL bestie, we're talking about this earlier today. COVID fried a lot of people's brains, not just in terms of making them fucking crazy, but also in terms of not remembering how time works. Because 7 years ago was 2019. These motherfuckers had already notably infested the anime community by 2019. I know they want to say like a lot of these tourists and whatnot came in during COVID with like the accessibility of Demon Slayer and whatnot on Netflix. And there was a bump from that, absolutely. But it's been my experience. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, or say maybe you've got other opinions, because you were a con queen and shit.
Yeah,
like
I working at
convention. It was eventually then Then it was like around the 2012, 2014, the era of My Hero Academia, not My Hero Academia, of Attack on Titan, when the tourism problem really started hitting hard.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Because I started working conventions back in 2015, 2016. And there were already a heap of tourists just showing up at conventions saying, oh, I don't like anime, but I do like this one show. I can't stand anime otherwise. And it's just like, why are you watching it then?
Or you had a lot of people that would like cosplay a character from like from a super popular anime because the character was sexier because they get a lot of attention, but they've never actually seen the fucking show.
All the time.
I can honestly say I have never in my life cosplayed a character that I was not a fan of, or if not the fan, if I don't necessarily had to be a fan of the character, but I was a fan of the franchise. Like maybe it's a character I'm not really fond of, but like I've got a good look for them, So it's like, okay, I'll do the cosplay of this character because I love the franchise and this character fits like my body type, my looks, things like that.
I don't know. I don't think people really understood the concept of cosplay. It doesn't matter what you look like as long as you love the character, in my opinion.
I agree and disagree. Look, if you a fat bitch, you shouldn't be cosplaying a Sailor Scout. I don't care how much you love Sailor Mercury. Bitch, lose some weight before you cosplay Sailor Mercury.
Okay, I'll give you that, because that's horrifying. But I mean, like,
exactly.
If you're normal size, then please, by all means, cosplay who you want.
But don't forget, a few months ago, we had people like, and look, you know me. You know me. I love racism, right? I love casual racism. It's funny as shit. Like, racism be like pretty fucking fire because it's funny as hell. It's cool, there's a lot of you could do, which is like fake racism. Real racism, on the other hand, actually does bother me because it takes away from the comedy that is, like comedic racism. So I'm sure you remember a couple months ago, we had this really cute black cosplayer girl who did her version of Frieren, and people were throwing a fit that she like left her nose ring in and she was using her real hair. I was like, okay, come on now. This is a good cosplay. The costume looked good. She's in shape. She's a pretty gal. She was clearly respecting the character. Oh no, she used her real fucking hair. It annoyed the fuck out of me because you had all these people throwing a bitch fit, like being actual racist towards this black chick who did what is, in my opinion, not in my opinion, because I'm going to use the word objectively. It was an objectively good cosplay of Frieren.
Yeah, I remember that, right? And people were throwing a snit. The problem isn't a black person like cosplaying a white person. The problem is if you're being an asshole about it, then you are not encompassing what is the heart of cosplay.
Right.
legitimately talking about anime and using it as a way to just say, oh, this is why, you know, this is a bad look for anime fans. Oh, this is why people think anime is weird. And it's like, at the end of the day, anime is weird. It's always been weird. I'm just like, dude.
It's Japanese!
It's insane. Like, it's actually insane. Like, look what this person has to say here. I say this more because I've seen so many comments from people saying, not again with their fetishes, men can't be friends, innocent edits or drawings that only include scenes of their ship just
Leon,
because
we
they're
can't
two
be
men.
friends.
I don't.
So I've been told. To be fair, for those that know, you know, me and Sydney apparently aren't really friends. I'm just using her to get views. That's what I've heard word on the grapevine is. But
I mean, like, look at it the other way. I'm a smaller, much smaller creator in comparison. It's like, it doesn't matter. We're just friends.
or maybe we're actually fucking friends. Which is funny. On last night's stream, you and I got into a heated fucking debate with one another, and people in the chat were like, "Oh, this is getting awkward." Little do they know, immediately when the stream was over, we watched like 4 episodes of anime together. And like, all right, cool, have a good night, and like we're doing this again. Like
we
maybe
didn't
we're both
fight.
fucking friends. Like
You can have a difference of opinion and still coexist and be friends. Imagine fucking that.
Think this person understands. Nobody has a problem with someone shipping 2 men, 2 women, whatever. There's no problem with that. The problem.
So go back to the Runaway Vagabonds comment real quick.
Wait, which one is? Where is that at? Oh, this one. There we go.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. I cosplay non-black characters all the time. Vagabond, you're black. You don't really have a choice. I love anime. I love anime on account of it doesn't have very many black people. That's a very big positive for anime. You'd be limited to like 6 fucking characters. Yeah, cosplay all the white dudes you want, but don't cosplay female characters. That's what you need.
I want to see him do a cosplay of Conneria from Hunter X.
Yeah, so fuck that hoe.
Oh my gosh.
Real life fake monkey says, I thought y'all was married. The way we bicker, you'd fucking think so. Shout out. Thanks for the 2-banger, homie.
Problem people have with ships in general is when you take your headcanon and think it's actually canon. A good example of this is what happened to the Gachikuta offer, you know, with Urana, where she was being presented as non-binary. Like, literally the fan base was saying, oh, the offer's non-binary. Oh, this character is trans. And the conversation around this is where the fans build this headcanon about something to such an extreme degree that they no longer care what the offer's feelings, thoughts, or how they wrote the series is. They think their headcanon is canon. And if you try to say, no, it's not canon, they get violently upset. And that's more or less what's going on here.
Or worse than that, like, I find this to be even worse than people who, like make their headcanons canon in their own mind, is people who say canon doesn't matter. Like, I would rather somebody believe canon matters and at least try and legitimize their headcanon. That's still annoying. They're still both bad. But if I had to pick one, I would say the people that try and legitimize their headcanon are marginally better than the people that say canon doesn't matter at all.
I have no thoughts on that because I've never considered it.
Okay, it's mostly a thing in the Star Wars community. You don't really see a lot of it in anime because anime pretty much has like strictly just one canon. You've got like the manga canon, and then some people will argue, anime as well. But point is, it's not like Star Wars where it's got massive amounts of retcons and changes and alterations over 40 plus years of content. So you see it a lot. Yes, Esra, this is one of the rare moments of complete agreement between you and I. Canon doesn't matter at all. People are legitimately tourists. Who isn't a tourist, though? Fucking Fab. Fantastically, amazingly brilliant out here, dropping 10 Words of Paradise gifted memberships. Jesus fucking Christ. You're an absolute legend. You're going to get 2 clips. And because we were talking about casual racism, this first one's for you.
Plan B! This is for everyone you've killed! England, murderer! Hold your fire! This man isn't black!
And let's just add a little more racism on top.
Leon, Moxie, are y'all niggas happy? Y'all happy? You proud of yourself? I hope you niggas is happy. Congratulations to all the new single moms on the channel, but I just hope you niggas are just so happy with what you've done.
We were, by the way, we were quite happy with what we've done. And then real life fake monkey came in with $1.49. If I take it's a banana, isn't it? Hold on, Yep, it's a banana. He threw a fucking banana. A good thing I played the Atreus clip. And then we also got Cheese-tarian or Cheesy-tarian. My bad, Cheesy-tarian, which I think might be new to my stream. Are you familiar with Cheesy?
Yeah, Cheesy's a sweetheart.
Well, awesome, Cheesy. If you've been in here before and I don't remember you, look, I apologize. I'm an asshole. But if this is your first time, fucking welcome. Glad to have you here. If this is also your first time and you're unawares of my content, we love horsecock around here.
Horse semen's great.
I'm digging horsecock.
Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me say it. Nay. Ooh, as I speak more.
My favorite stallion I keep in my top drawer kinda goes hard though.
'Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock and eat horse.
I don't know how we're going to ever top horsecock.
Hell yeah. He did break by the horsecock. That is wild. I mean, that will happen if you are into horsecock. So please do that responsibly.
All right. Let's get back to this after recovering from the technical difficulties. Again, thank you guys so much for the donos. Sorry about that.
Here, nobody has a problem with you shipping men or yaoi, yuri, whatever. The problem here is that if you take something to such an extreme level, you think it's canon when there's no evidence that it's canon, and then you get upset when someone points it out. That's the problem here. But regardless of that conversation, I cannot believe how this clip is pissing off millions of people right now. And you have people actively...
I know why.
That's...
Please, go on.
I feel like Jake Monroe or Goth Daddy actually summed it up. People are bored. And this is the only thing they have to bitch about. Yeah, I feel like it is. They don't have anything better to do, so they're just bored.
Okay, so I do try and operate under the belief that never attribute to malice what can be more easily attributed to stupidity. And so part of me is like, okay, you might be onto something because these people are fucking stupid. The other part of me thinks that they're at this point, with how far things come since Gamergate, since the election of Trump the first time, since COVID, since the crash of the economy, people are this brain broken and they actually do believe this shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they had better things to do, they wouldn't believe this shit, oh my God, my words, intentionally. They just need something productive in their life. These are people who probably live off welfare or still with their parents, who are just trolling X and Twitter to find things to bitch about. And what's an easy target? Anime.
See, is anime that easy of a target though? Because I mean, well, okay, so I guess it's an easy target now, which is why it's also, since it's a lot more popular now, they've moved on from comics. They've already corrupted comics. They've already corrupted movies. They've definitely already corrupted games. What is there besides anime that it hasn't been corrupted yet?
Yeah, it's the last form of entertainment that we had to ourselves.
Damn. I don't like how spot on you probably are with that. Oh, let's get back to it. All right, give me one moment here. Where'd the video go? Alrighty.
That's insane. That's actually freaking insane to me. Oh my goodness, dude. You did not see this stuff in the anime community like 7 years ago, man. Like, maybe I'm blind. Maybe I'm out of the loop and I lived under a rock.
No, he is completely out of the loop. You absolutely did see this. Again, maybe I'm the only one that thinks so, but I've been saying it for a while now. And I like Chibi. I'm not trying to not Chibi whatsoever. But motherfucker is late to the game on this.
I mean, I don't know. I don't feel he is. I feel like he just had so much news to cover that this one just kind of got put on the back burner type thing. And then he needed a bigger story to help launch, talking about it. But I don't know if he would be behind on it. He's on X too much.
or not enough.
It's possible, but holy shit, dude! Like this is crazy. The amount of people that are going absolutely unhinged about these clips, or this clip in general, is taking me back to better times, man. Sadly, we'll never go back to those simpler times because you can't, go back in time. There is no time travel, so sucks. We got to deal with this, but this is why gatekeeping is important. This is why gatekeeping and trying to protect your hobbies is extremely important, because you have people like this that infiltrate and they don't actually. They really don't respect the culture itself. They want to use it in any way to slander people as best as they possibly can. And that's exactly what's going on here. Or slander things to a degree. Oh, dude. I hate it, man. I hate it. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I want to talk about this because I saw people adding me and say, Chibi, did you see this? And yeah, I saw it. It's crazy just how angry people can get over a fan service clip. Fairy Tail. Of all things, like, dude, there's way bigger problems with Fairy Tail than fan service. Okay,
like the writing of the characters.
Like, if we're talking about strictly writing and how the power of friendship and stuff is done towards like certain moments, then we can have a conversation. But this isn't a conversation. It's just people basically wanting the eradication of fan service or anything that they don't like, so to speak. Crazy. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. Be safe. Stay healthy. Chibi out.
So I do have some addendums to this, but before that, Super Psychotic for a 5-banger, thank you oh so much, says, as social media evolved, it became easier to see the degens. They're always there, but you had to know where to look. Now the algo feeds them to you. And while I do agree with this in part, and Cindy, I'll get your thoughts on this in just a sec, but while I do agree with this in part, the degens were always there. Social media did make them just more prominent. I also think we have more degenerates now. And the reason I think that we've got more degenerates now is because everybody, as the world became smaller, as the internet made the world a more homogenized place, we actually were able to, correspond with people and become part of these communities and whatnot, literally all over the world. There were no more barriers. People wanted something to be like more unique and more different, and this is my individuality. And because people kept searching for more niche and more niche and more unique ideas of what could be considered their individuality, it started spawning these more degenerate beliefs and lifestyles and just thought processes and stuff to that effect. So I think you're correct. And then it leveled up even beyond that. But Cindy, go ahead and give your thoughts. Also, thank you for the 5-banger, Super Hypnotic.
I think they want to blame, like I noticed online, right? People are trying to say, oh, porn ruined people. No, people ruined people. Because you had the Japanese in their culture and you had anime, right? They always had funny stories or fucked up things that were happening, but it was purely Japanese. And you were like, okay, it's just a story. It's fine. And then you had these people who just took it like 5 steps too far. And just we're like, oh, this is terrible, this is ruining things. And it's like, no, you are, by acting the way that you are. And honestly, this is what makes you a tourist, and this is why you should, in all honesty, get the fuck off the internet.